Now that we are a little bit more familiar with the dihybrid crosses where we're following two traits and the inheritance, let's look at some Punnett square examples because you're going to have to do some of these on your homework. In Cocker Spaniels, black coat color big B is dominant over red, little b, and solid coat color big S is dominant over spotted, little s. So again, we're going to start with what we know. We're following two traits here. So I know big B gives me a black coat, little b gives me a red coat, big S is solid, and little s is spotted. Okay, so we have a male that is homozygous dominant for both traits is crossed with a female that is heterozygous for both traits. So let's write that down. Homozygous dominant is going to be all capital letters, crossed with a female that is heterozygous. So here are our parents. And it's asking us what will their puppies look like and what percent of puppies will have each phenotype. So we're not looking for one specific phenotype in example, we're just doing a totality. So we have our parents. The next step is to figure out what gametes each parent can make. So this parent could give a big B or a big S. And that's basically the only option, right? Big B, big S, big B, big S, big B, big S, big B, big S. So you could write it 4 times. I'm going to show you a simpler way where I'm just going to write it once. Then my other parent is heterozygous. So she can make 4 different gametes. We can put big B with a big S, or the little b could join with the little s, little b big S, or little b little s. So this parent has 4 gametes. Now, based on this, we could make a 1/4 Punnett square. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. Because again, I'm going to decide how many boxes I make based on how many different types of gametes. So the dad just has the big B and the big S. The mom has 4 different options. So I'm going to write her 4 on the top there. Now I'm going to fertilize in the boxes, keeping my B's together and my S's together. Okay, so here are all of the offspring. Now, you could do this just as easily and you'd still get the same answer if you did a 4/4. What would happen is you would just put the big B and the big S all the way down the side, and when you fertilized, you would basically get the same answer all the way down each column, and then you would just reduce your final answer. So it's not wrong to do it as a 16 by 16, I'm just showing you a shortcut. So it asked us what's the phenotype of the puppies. Let's go down the row. This one would be black and solid. This one would be black and solid. They both have a big B and a big S. Black and solid, black and solid. So the answer for this one is all the offspring, 100% are black and solid. And that would be the correct answer for this one. Okay, let's do one more. In horses, black coat is coded by the dominant allele big B, and chestnut coat color is coded by the recessive allele little b. Trotting gait is due to a dominant gene big T, and pacing gait is due to a recessive allele little t. Okay, so let's write down what we know. We know we have big B makes black, little b makes a chestnut, big T has trotting gait, and little t has a pacer's gait. So this is what we know so far. The parents, a heterozygous black horse with a pacing gait is crossed with a chestnut horse, heterozygous for trotting gait. What percentage of the offspring will be black trotters? Okay, so let's figure out the parents. A heterozygous black horse, that one is going to have a big B and a little b, with a pacing gait, and we figured out that pacing is a recessive trait, so this one has to be homozygous recessive. And then the other parent is heterozygous for trotting gait, so it's going to be big T, little t, but we'll put the T second so that we are consistent, sorry about that, and is chestnut. Chestnut is recessive, so this one is going to have 2 little b's. So here are the parents. One is heterozygous, homozygous recessive, the other one is homozygous recessive and heterozygous. Next, we figure out what the alleles are. So this one could have a big B, little t, or a big B, little t, and that would be the same, or a little b, little t, or a little b, little t. So since 2 of these are identical, I'm going to cross them out and just say that they can each occur once. I'm just going to simplify it that way. Second parent, little b, big T, or little b, little t, and again, little b, big T, or a little b, little t. Again, we have some repetition, so I'm going to cross those out. So each parent has 2 possible gametes. Each gamete has 2 letters. So I can make this into a 2x2 or a 4-box Punnett square. So let's erase the old one so we can see what that looks like. I'm going to put 2 gametes on the side and 2 gametes on the top. I'm going to fertilize in my boxes, keeping my B's together and my T's together. Here are all of my potential offspring for these parents. And it asks us what percentage will be black trotters. So we're looking for at least 1 big T and 1 big B. So let's go through. This one has a big B and a big T, so this one's a black trotter. This one has a big T, but it doesn't have any big B's, so that one is not going to be a black trotter. This one has a big B, but it does not have any big T's, so this one is not a black trotter either. Here, this is all recessive. This is a chestnut pacer. So 1 out of 4, or 25% of the offspring are black trotters, and that would be the answer for this one. I hope this helps as you work through your homeworks.